What's up, YouTube? Back again with another video. Today's video is going to be about our short kings. Alright, Brett Cooper made a video about our short kings, and it is entitled "Short Kings Deserve a Shot." Now, I watched this video a little bit before bringing it to you guys, but I'm a little torn on, why exactly Brett made this video. Now, I get, she wants to point out that women are sometimes delusional in their pursuit of the opposite sex, but Brett ain't really taking no short guy either. Like, she mentions in the video at one point that, she's dated guys her height, but not shorter than her. She's 5'8". So I get she wants to point out how women can have this abundance mindset, and they can always skip over the shorter guy even if they're like 5'2". They can skip over the 5'6" guy and wait for the 6'3" guy to come along. But I don't know if she presses that point too much. But you know what? You make the decision. Let's just get into it.
My friend Gina wrote this article. She's awesome. Another person you should follow. She's great. Only 15% of women show an interest in 5'8" men on dating apps, according to a survey. While over 60% of women are interested in dating men over 6 feet tall, only 15% are willing to date a man who is 5'8" or shorter. And again, like I said, this is something that has been around for a while. It's like, why do girls not want to date me? I'm 5'8". Like, girls always want the taller guys. It's kind of a joke. Like, I have a couple of guy friends who are super, super tall, and it's usually very easy for them to, attract a girl out in public because they see a tall guy and they're like, ooh, it's like moth to a flame.
Like, Brett, are you really, you're not friends with these guys? Like, how can you be friends with other tall guys? You're not friends with these guys. They are just, these guys are sticking around to wait until it's their shot. I don't know what Brett's relationship status is, but I'm not convinced that her tall guy friends are really just like her buddy. I'm not convinced that she is, giving short kings a shot. She can entitle this video "Short Kings Deserve a Shot," but not by her, But let's keep.
For sure. But the article says, a survey from Bumble found that 60% of women indicate that they are looking for a man over 6 feet tall in their search filters. However, that number drops steeply as the height of men lowers. 30% of women are willing to date a man who is 5'11", and only 15% of women are willing to date men who are 5'8" or shorter. That 30% number is even crazier to me. Like, I get the 5'8" thing, like that just seems normal. Like, I hear that with my friends, but like, not even being willing to date somebody who is 5'11", that's insane to me. That truly is.
That's not okay!
She goes on and she says, in fact, more women...
So it's not normal to date guys that are 5'8", and she's 5'8". So it's not normal because she hears that among her friends, right? I'm not mad at Brett. I'm not mad at her being, a woman. I'm not mad at her having her opinions about who she wants to date and how tall they gotta be. But it's just like, why make a video like this? Why make this video repping for short kings? Like, leave that to like the red pill guys or something like that. Like, you don't need to make a video like this. I'm just confused on her point of this whole video, because let's just keep getting.
Women are willing to date extreme heights, such as 7 feet tall, rather than a man who is 5'11". Anyone who is under 6 feet tall tends to be overlooked generally by the majority of women. And it sounds dismal, I know, but stick with me. We're gonna get through this together. Don't be upset yet. Now, this graph was posted on Twitter, so somebody commented under it and said, the average male is 5'9". No wonder women are always cranky. They want what they can't have. I'd be afraid to see the criteria that men are looking for. Like, also, the average female height is 5'4". So I seriously do not know what these girls are being so picky about. Like, come on. A guy who was 5'8", if you were 5'4", that is the perfect height difference. That's lovely. Your children will be so cute.
And so tiny.
And it will be just fine. Also, right after I read this article last night, I saw this tweet. This guy says, I'm 5'7", and then the girl says, sorry, I don't date guys below 6 feet. And she's obviously like 5'2". It's absurd. Girls, come on, get over yourself. This also reminds me of that female delusion calculator. If you guys don't know what it is, you can go pull it up online right now. You can take it while I'm talking about it if you're interested. I actually think I did a deeper dive on this during a live stream last year. I might have even taken it live. I don't even remember. But basically, women put in their criteria for the type of man they want to meet, and it tells you how delusional you are and what your chances are in meeting a guy like that based on the population. And there are tons of videos showing girls taking the test. This one cracked me up because she got absolutely roasted in the comments for good reason.
What is the ideal age for a guy?
I really like 28 to 37 max. Like, not in the 40s.
What would you want his income to be?
$500,000? Is that bad?
Hold on, let me get it.
Oh, they're gonna put it in there.
Age.
Okay. 28.
28.
37.
37.
Also, there's something on there where you can like exclude married men. We all know Ariana Grande would not click that button.
And there she went.
She does not have a problem. Maybe that's why she gets so many men, is because she doesn't have to worry about them being taken. That's just an aside.
Minimum height 5'8".
She also went through all those on the original video.
Max it all the way out.
For sure. Let's see. Dun, 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 dun. 0.05 for full-fledged Kappa.
You know, granted, this woman looks like she comes from good means. I would say she probably comes from a family with, you know, a wealthy background or status. You know, maybe that's the guess, because what woman in her right mind would be like, oh, you know, I'm a young, you know, she looked 24, 25 or something like that. She still looked into her 20s. And maybe she was like, let's give her 28. Let's give her almost 30. Because she said that she wanted a guy between, you know, 28 or 37. Let's give her that. Let's give her that age. Say that she is that age, and really, you want to get a guy that's in between the ages of 28 to 37 making $500,000 a year, and like, you gotta come from a silver spoon type of family. You gotta come from means. You gotta come from people who are just, you know, naturally wealthy all their life, or just trust fund babies. Like, you want a trust fund baby. Like, that's what you want. And maybe she doesn't know this percentage or something like that, or maybe she just thinks that that's the kind of guy she deserves. But maybe she doesn't know that the percentage is 0.053% of her finding that type of guy. Like, why would you want to risk or bet your whole entire future on 0.053%? Like, it doesn't make any sense. You just like, nope, not that guy. You make only $300,000 a year. Oh, nope, not that guy. You only make $200,000 a year. Not that guy. You only make $100,000 a year. Where is the guy that makes $500,000 a year? I need him, and he's gotta be tall. It's like, maybe she just doesn't know about these type of numbers, and she just is a delusional woman who thinks that she deserves the moon and the sky and the birds and all the other things. You know, I don't know.
So she is very delusional. It's important to have high standards. You want the person that you're going to be with to be successful, but it also does not look great when you're saying, oh yeah, well, 500,000. I think the original clip, like the girl in the video, I think she was from a bigger video where they were asking all these girls like what they want guys to make and what they think guys actually make. And it's just people being totally off base. I don't think they know how much money people actually make. I don't think they understand the state of the economy right now. So obviously she was getting torched in the comments. And this calculator is, you know, just a reality check for women and usually upsetting for men, and men get very upset in the comments. But to balance it all out, there is a male delusion calculator, so I think we have some equality there, because often in those videos the guys are also looking for something that does not exist a lot of the time.
It's like catching a unicorn.
Somebody commented and said, I'm 6'2", and that doesn't seem to be enough, so maybe there is something other than height that plays into it. There is, don't you worry, we're going to talk about that. Women don't even know the reason to why they like tall men. It's because they want to feel protected. If you can, in a subtle way, show them you are capable of protecting, you will become tall in their eyes. Or the other option is that you stand on your wallet, hence the $500,000 salary range. LOL.
How can you spend $100,000 in one night?
But in all seriousness, Gina in this article tries to unpack why men gravitate to taller men, and hopefully this gives some insight. She said, experts like John Malinoff, PhD, propose evolutionary psychology as an explanation, positing that taller men may have been historically seen as better protectors and providers. This height preference could also translate to a psychological perception of tall men as being more dominant leaders. And as a woman, I totally understand that. Like, it makes sense. It's very in line with what that commenter said right before I read that quote from Gina. But this also is important for tall guys to hear. Maybe you'll have an easier time attracting women if you're standing at a bar and you're towering over everybody else, but if you want to find and keep a more traditional, high-value, high-quality woman, you will have to show that you are not only tall and good-looking, but that you are steady and capable of being a leader and a provider.
Do you really, though? Do you really? How many girls out here are just going after guys that are just tall, good-looking, and doing everything they can to marry these guys? I don't think that you really need to be all that kind of, provider-esque or, protector-esque type of guy to be able to wife these chicks up nowadays. The standard is so low for these females. Like, you don't have to really be too much to at least get into their pants, to at least get them back to your crib. You gotta be tall, you gotta be cavalier, you gotta be whatever in order to get these women. And it's real simple. But some of these women, like you just need to be tall. You need to be just tall and good looking. If you want, and maybe she's talking about the good women, the good traditional women. But good traditional women, you really think they're gonna be dating short kings? You think they're gonna be dating short kings that they tower over? Like you think that they're gonna be dating at 5'8"? I don't think so. Even if they are like only 5'4", I really don't think so. I think that women have such an abundance mindset nowadays that they are going to look over those men, constantly wait for their Prince Charming to come, their tall guy to come, so they can brag all to their friends about what they got and make it a whole competition, because that's what it is nowadays. It's pretty much a competition when there's such an abundance of men that they can choose from. And half of these men are simps and weak and pathetic men anyways, so it's just like, good luck with that. Especially nowadays, they're super soft. They were raised by their mamas. What?
It's the most important thing. If you want a high-quality woman, if you want to start a family with a woman, that is what she's going to be looking for, more than just your height. We might be intrinsically attracted to something, but attraction does not keep a relationship going. That is not the only thing that is important, and that is essential to remember. Gina, rounded out
But that's what gets you into the door, though. And if you are short, you are not getting through the door.
Article with this. At the end of the day, men attract women because of their humor, success, and their ability to protect and provide. There are plenty of men out there who are able to do all of those things regardless of their height. That is very important to hear. You are not exempt from that because you are 5'8". Attraction and interest never boil down exclusively to looks, and men who know that and lead with other characteristics often have no problem dating in the real world. And this is the point that I definitely want to drive home, both for men and for women. And sometimes, like I said, women need a reality check based on what they're looking for. For men, if you really want to stand out, your height should not hold you back. In fact, it should motivate you more than anything to lead with other characteristics and to work on those other characteristics.
How are you gonna display these other characteristics when they're just woman is just basing you off of your height alone, and whether if she's going to even talk to you or not? You cannot show off your good personality if she doesn't even give you a chance, look you up and down and be like, no thank you. Like, you could be the nicest guy in the world, but it's not going to matter if you are not over 6 foot.
Chris Williamson was on the show a couple of weeks ago. He made a point that I just keep bringing up because it's so good and it can be applied to so many different conversations. He was talking to men and he said, guys, like, the bar is so low right now. There has never been a better opportunity to improve your life, to take that step, to, push yourself a little more, because you don't even need to do that much to stand out in our current society, which should be exciting to you. That should make it seem a little bit easier. Over 40% of men in their 20s are technically obese. If you just start eating better and putting more emphasis on a healthy lifestyle and working out, you will already be doing better than so many people, and that is attractive. That initiative is attractive. Taking care of your health is attractive. That's more attractive than your height, guaranteed. Doing things like holding the door open and actually walking up to her front door to meet her for a date rather than sitting in your car and being like, yo, I'm here, come on out. That is a game changer.
How is eating right and working out and staying disciplined, how's that not doing a lot? It's not, I'm not saying that you shouldn't be doing it, because you definitely should be working out and taking care of yourself and watching what you eat. Definitely. But how is that not a lot? Women are only really checking for a certain type of men anyways. Like, so if you are working out and you are taking care of yourself, then it's hard to really, show that if you are a short king. Like, if you even are, you ripped up and you got six-pack abs, but you are under 5'8", I'm sorry, you still not going to be seen by the majority of women. You saw the article that she posted up at the beginning. Like, yeah, it may be slim pickings nowadays, and you may not have to really do a lot to, at least get a woman in bed. But is that the woman that you want? Don't you want to have to do a lot to get the woman that you want to be with for the rest of your life? Don't you want to have to be a lot to be able to hold her down, hold down her family and your family? I feel like telling men to, you don't even have to do much nowadays to stand out. That's going to leave men like, oh, shoot, like, oh, what I got to do is just like, just chill. Like, I mean, but still at the same time, eating right and exercising, that is not doing the bare minimum. It really isn't. It is hard to stay in a regiment. It is hard to eat right with all the temptations and all the sugarness goodies that are out here nowadays. Like, it is hard to stay on a disciplined diet. Like, it's a hard thing to do, but it is worth it. It is very much worth it to do. Do not get me wrong. It is worth it to do. It's not easy. You just should be encouraging men to do these things. Like women are, yes, more promiscuous than they have been in a very long time. But on the other hand, those aren't the women that you want. Like, those are the women that you can have fun with. But if you have goals and you want to see your life like with a family and your wife and marriage and all that kind of stuff, kids, you got to put it in a little work in the gym and in the kitchen and in your job as well. You got to climb up that ladder, and that is not easy. That is not easy. You can just work. You could just work, not work out, not really eat all that healthy, have a little pudgy stomach, and you can still get these women to come back home with you if you're funny and you have a good personality. That's easy. That is what's easy. But adding on the working out and the actually wanting to achieve something at work, or maybe start your own business, and you gotta make sure you're monitoring your food. You don't want to tell men that all you gotta do is just work out. Like, all you gotta do is just eat, because it's not exactly just easy to do those kind of things. You need to know that it is hard. You need to know that it is going to be hard, but it is necessary for you to do if you want to get to where you want to be at the end of your life. That's all I'm saying.
Considered game changers, because I feel like those are just normal chivalrous things, but in the modern day world where chivalry is like slowly dying and so many men do not want to be protectors or leaders or be chivalrous at all, that will make you stand out. And those are easy things to do. Taking care of yourself, taking initiative, being a kind masculine man, that makes you stand out way more than your height. And I'm saying that as somebody who has almost exclusively gone out with guys that are around my height, and I'm 5'8". Personality matters. I've seen it with my friends. I have a blonde bombshell good friend who's 5'11", and her 2 long-term relationships have been with guys who are shorter than her. Do not let it hold you back. You're going to be great.
That's what women always try to do, isn't it? Oh, I know this one person who has this type of like situation that I know of, and it's not that bad, right? Like, that is a small minority of women. The majority of women, they go for women or men taller than them. Like, they're not gonna go. Like she tries to use her friend situation, but still have her other friend's article at the beginning of it. 15% of women are only going for 5'8" guys. Like, you you cannot use your one situation that you know of, like, hey, I know a girl that does this. I know a girl that, dates guys shorter than her, and she's almost 6 foot. Like, one girl that does that. Hooray! Awesome. Of course, there are some out there, but the majority of them, they just don't. So what you got to do, man? What do you got to do if you are 5'8", under 5'8", and you are just, not getting your luck with these women? Just be confident. Just be confident. Just shoot your shot. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter really what your height is. It doesn't matter if you are coming up to these women and you are super soft and you are super soft spoken and you do not impress them, or if you do not make them laugh or something like that, then you're not going to stand out. You have to have a little bit of confidence. And I know it can be intimidating at first, but if you just have something about you, then you can do it. If you are working out, if you are taking care of your diet, if you are moving up the ladder at work, if you're trying to even start your own business or something like that, stand out from the crowd. Have confidence. Speak up. Don't be afraid to go up to a taller woman and ask her out. Don't be afraid to do it, especially when your taller friends won't do it. It's okay. But no, these women are living in an abundance mindset, and they might reject you, but that rejection is good. You need that rejection. Take that rejection and be better next time. It'll toughen you up. It will let you be able to move forward in a much positive way. I'm trying to tell you, do not dwell on rejection from women too much, especially nowadays, because women are just thinking oh, I could get something better, or I can get something that I actually want in the future. A lot of these younger women, they have no idea what they want. They say one thing, but they mean another. They mean one thing, but say another. They have no idea what they want. So it is up to us masculine men to have things taken care of on our side, to be able to let these women know that we are available, we are here, and you are making stupid decisions by passing us up. So, and plus I'm 6 foot, so I guess I'm not. I'm just repping for the short kings, man. I'm repping for the short kings. I don't want short kings to be out here miserable because they seeing all their tall friends get all the women and have children and being able to get married and all this other stuff. I'm 6 foot, but so I'm not exactly short, but still, short kings. It's all right. You good. Brett not gonna date you, and I'm sure her friends aren't gonna date you either. But you can still ask them. You never really know. All right, like, share, subscribe. Peace out.